Going live. Hello there, and welcome to our online class tonight. The title of tonight's class is Doctors Are In on the Moringa Movement. So we're going to be watching some videos on some doctors that have joined our movement that are utilizing some of the products that Zija has put out for cleansing, increasing nutrients, and just general health. We're going to talk a lot about the Moringa plant tonight, so we're drinking some now. We're going to do some quick introductions as we get started. I am in Lafayette, Louisiana tonight, my hometown. I'm very pleased to be here, and we're hosted by Maria Tordera, who is a naturopathic doctor, and she has a place here called the Soul Moonlight. You see right behind me is the Soul Moonlight place. Very cool painting behind me. So we're going to go around and introduce ourselves real quick. And my other friend Jenny, who's a 25-year friend, is going to tell us, she's going to start us off and introduce herself and then tell us how her first experience with Moringa is. Jennifer?
Hello. So I'm Jenny, and this is my very first taste of Moringa. Well, not taste, because I drank a little bit earlier, but this is the first time.
She's buzzing.
This is the first time I try it, and it's delicious.
Nice.
Like, it really is. It's Joe was saying that some people find it tastes kind of funny, but I think it's absolutely delicious, and I would drink it all the time.
Yeah, I think it's less than 1 in 5 don't like it. But. And Maria, how are you, my dear?
Hi, my name is Maria. I'm the owner of this business called the Soul Moonlight. And I'm very pleased to have Joseph here with us tonight to give us more information about Moringa, this magical product that everybody loves. And I'm sure we're going to be very excited with his videos and the information with oils and the products.
Nice. And can you share a little bit about, you did a little mini cleanse, or maybe longer than a mini cleanse on the Moringa. Can you share a little bit about your experience?
I did a cleanse for weight loss a year ago, and I lost around 8 pounds for probably less than a month. I use XM with caffeine. I don't know if you can see over and the teas, which are here, the night and the day teas, and it worked really good for me. And it gave me a lot of energy that I needed at that time too. So I encourage everybody to do it.
Nice. Thank you very much. And so we'll get kicked off just by sharing a little bit about what got me into this company, what got me into Moringa. I had actually been studying Moringa for almost 7 years. I had found the plant via a Discovery Channel documentary, which if you haven't seen it, you can go to massiveresults.org. There's a 5-minute version of it, or if you want to go to the 14-minute longer version of it, it's worth a watch on YouTube. And just search Discovery Channel. Hit me up too.
Yeah.
Discovery Channel Moringa. So I was really fascinated by this plant, and for years I had grown it in Houston. It grows about 13 to 14 feet per year in Houston, which is really fast growth for those that have the green thumb. And it does die in the winter, and sometimes it'll come back and sometimes it won't, in my experience. Sometimes it surprised me and would come back. It would kind of stem off. It would give a little sprig would come off the stem, or the trunk, and it would kind of just start again next year. And sometimes it would die off and I'd have to replant. But I'd never taken it regularly until a year ago when I found this company, because I'd only taken it, in harvest time, and towards the end of the year I knew it was going to freeze. I would make a tea for my friends. We'd put it in salads and whatnot. Other than that, I was usually so fascinated watching it grow. I didn't eat a whole lot of it. And so when I started taking it, it immediately enhanced my mental clarity. It transformed like what was possible for me to do in a day, and really changed my energy state and whatnot. And the thing I love about this company is there's like so many different levels of energy. Like with some other companies I'd worked with, people would have issues with energy, and I'd be able to help them, but not get them to where they wanted to be necessarily all the time. Sometimes I would. But like for myself, I never could get to the level of energy I really wanted. I kind of can drag if I don't have enough B vitamins and such, and minor caffeine kind of the healthy versions of caffeine that we play with. But there's like 11 levels of energy in this company. So like if you're not getting there with this, let's turn the knob and tweak it until we get there. And so towards the end of this class, I'm going to go through what's called a Revolution Pack. It's got 6 products. It's $25. Super great value. It's about $80 in product. I don't make a profit off of it. No one that sells this pack makes a profit of it. I don't even think the company makes a profit. It's kind of to let people try the products. They basically are selling at cost. And we'll go through those 6 products and what you get towards the end of the class. So I wanted to talk a little bit more about Moringa. The doctors are going to cover it as well in this video, but basically what I've found is that it's like the supplement that Creator, God, Earth, whoever, whatever makes you feel most comfortable, put here for us to take. And it's like a one-stop shop for your nutrients. You know, it's got over 92 nutrients and minerals. It's got 46 antioxidants, which is just incredible for one plant. It's got 36 anti-inflammatories. The next highest plant has 22. So that's huge. You know, what's in the way of most healing is inflammation. So if you can get control of inflammation, you get control of your healing. So that's why this plant is so powerful, and they call it the miracle plant. It's not really that this plant performs miracles. The body is a miracle. The body is what performs the miracles. This plant just gives the body what it's been missing, generally. So outside of all of those things, we also cover 20 of the amino acids that the body utilizes, 9 of those being amino acids that the body does not create on its own. So that's really powerful right there because, you know, for those that don't remember their biology, basically the aminos are what build the proteins, and the proteins are what build the DNA. So if your body's trying to replicate DNA, which it's always trying to do, you want to have all the different amino acids available so that it can have the right things to plug in to create these long-chain molecular structures. Otherwise, without the right amino acids, your body's going to have to, you know, substitute something that is not correct, and that's where you have mutations and things that happen in the DNA structure that, trust me, you don't want that to happen. You know, things from cancer to tumors to, you know, all these different things that are happening at the cellular level. If you want health, focus on DNA, and if you want healthy DNA, focus on amino acids, and this plant has the span of all the amino acids that your body needs. So super powerful for that reason. And then, you know, to round it out, it's got your omegas. You know, omegas 3, 6, 9 in perfect balance. You know, everyone's talking about the ratio of those these days. Well, these are ratioed by nature, so they're more bioavailable. Everything about this plant is more bioavailable than taking normal vitamins. It's going to be more, you know, easy for your body to uptake it because it's all put together by Creator or Earth or God, whatever you want to call it. But it's much different than if a scientist puts it together. And I'm not knocking scientists that create vitamins or supplements. I mean, obviously this company has some scientists that they employ to put different plants together as well. But when you can find one plant that has all these things, like the synergy of it and the bioavailability of it's going to be much higher. So super valuable in terms of your plant-based omegas, which a lot of vegans are having a lot of trouble these days with not getting enough of the omegas because they're obviously not eating fish, which is, you know, the normal way to get those, the healthy way to get those, one healthy way to get those. But plant-based omegas are huge too. You know, Moringa is a great source. You got flax and chia, and give me another plant-based omega here.
Hemp.
Hemp. Thank you. That's the one I was missing. Yeah. So you got ways to do that, and this is just another way. And then of course we've got our plant-based protein. You know, so this is a good source of protein as well. So just a super powerful collaboration of all these things going into, you know, one plant, and you can just take this one plant and allow the body to start doing its healing. And it seems to me that it's like the body heals the most important things first. It sets out a pecking order, and as you're taking this plant for more and more weeks or months, it just starts knocking off things that, you know, your body's been dealing with, and starts supporting you in that way. So that's super cool. So I'm now going to go to a screen share. We're going to watch a couple of quick videos. And if you have any questions, if you're on the live stream, or the Google Hangout, I should say, you can post them to the right there, and I'll try to answer them. If you're watching this as a YouTube video, you can find us in SEAMS, the Council, and it's a Facebook group. It's the Council of Emotional Alchemy and Molecular Science. And you can ask a question there, and myself or one of our teachers will get to it, or one of our practitioners will get to it and answer your question there. So let me screen share. We're going to start with a doctor describing why he likes Moringa and why he's incorporated that into his practice. So there we go. Here we are.
That being involved in research, that's what I decided to do.
Sorry.
Kind of when I was first asked to look at the Zenith product line, unlike most doctors, I was skeptical. I had no real idea of what was in this. And so kind of the due diligence, what I decided to do, that being involved in research, I should at least research this product out. So I did. And when I went to pull up the research on the Moringa oleifera, which is the baseline of all the product line that we use through Zenith, man, was I shocked. I was really impressed with what research had been done. As a general rule, typically some of these products are out there. They might have anywhere from 1 to 5, maybe even up to 20 different research articles on the product line. Man, what I found was amazing to me. I found over 1,200 different research articles on the Moringa oleifera, again, the baseline of what we have in Zenith. And where was this research done? Pretty much all around the world. All the major research centers of the world have looked at this tree to see if it's something that could be used to fix a lot of problems. Typically, one of the things that we look at within the human frame and within nutrition of the human frame is simply this. What causes a lot of the diseases that we have? Well, we in healthcare have come to believe that it's probably something to do with either the food we're eating and or the functionality of the digestibility of our bodies. And when we combine those two things together, one of the things that we find simply is this, that most people are not getting all the nutrients that they need out of their food to repair and regenerate or to provide good health for themselves. That's what really impressed me about this product line when I first looked at it. Because when I start looking at all the different components that the Moringa oleifera does, from the antimicrobial to the antibacterial to the antifungal to the antiseptic to the anti-cancer properties, a lot of things that reduce a lot of inflammation and oxidation, something triggered in my mind. What triggered in my mind was simply this. When I look at what's happening to healthcare today, and we look at what is called malabsorption syndrome, the biggest thing that we understand is that most people do not get their nutrients from their food. So how do we fix that? Do we give them more food? Do we give them more vitamins? What do we give them? And as I looked at that process and I saw what was in this product line, specifically with the Zenith, the Smart Drink and the Smart Mix, and found that there's over 90 plus different nutrients in this drink. And we found that of all the vitamins that we need, the essential, the A, the B, the C, the D, the E, all the essential vitamins that we need, they're in this product. As well as all the essential minerals that we need, such as calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, copper, zinc, as well as all the protein building blocks that we need, all the amino acids. So all of a sudden, when I looked at what was in this product line and the availability that we could have by consuming this product, I knew one of two things. I knew first and foremost that I had a product here that mostly would probably help majority of Americans or people in the world with the condition we call malabsorption syndrome. So by simply drinking this drink, we're getting more nutrients in our body than ever before most of us are getting. And that brought me to the second phase. And here's the problem that we have in functional medicine, simply this. Most people are not digesting their food. If they don't digest their food, they can never absorb the nutrients from the food. If they can never absorb the nutrients from the food, they can never assimilate it for energy in our body. So with Zenith, what we have here with the Moringa oleifera in there, it's as if we have these nutrients all combined that allow them to be pre-digested almost. In other words, it has great absorbability. So 95+% of the nutrients in this product is absorbed directly into the body. And that's why we'll see some pretty phenomenal and almost what appears to be miraculous results from some of the people taking this product. And simply comes down to nutrition. And as a doctor, one of the things that I look at is what makes something work. And when you look at what makes this work, it's what's in the product. And the closer that we eat toward what God created, the closer we eat to creation, the closer we eat to what man made, the closer we eat to destruction. And that part alone has made me realize that patients of mine and myself, my family, and different people around me that consume this product, we get healthier the longer we drink this. It's not that you're taking an additional supplementation. You're literally drinking in food. And as the logo says, we're drinking in life, that's what we're drinking. We're drinking in the very nutrients or the substrates that we need to sustain life within our body. Now, how it will affect you, nobody really knows. All that I do know that those people who are more deficient in the nutrients that are in this drink, the healthier they seem to get. People who are already very healthy and they eat right, they take a bunch of extra supplementation and some of those other factors, it'll assist them because, again, this being 95% absorbed in a liquid form gets assimilated very well into our bodies. And it's the assimilation that we need. And that kind of leads me to the last component I want to talk about here real quick. And here's basically what we need to talk about. What causes majority of diseases and majority of ill health in our bodies or in our lives, in our family and our friends? Simply this: oxidation. We know that free radicals breaking off due to oxidation is one of the basic components of all disease entities that begin in our life. And the second thing that it causes is inflammation. If we take oxidation and inflammation, we know that's the base cause of pretty much any disease as a general population that we're all facing with, from aging all the way on down. So if we had a product that we could consume that would literally slow down, stop, and or arrest and or reverse the components of oxidation and inflammation, would it not help us? Would we not live longer and have a better quality of life? And that's what we find with the Zija, with the Moringa oleifera. The biggest thing that I look at in here is the 40 plus different antioxidants, the 30 plus different anti-inflammatories that are already in this product. That's some of the biggest things that I, as a doctor, see most of my patients have. Is all of a sudden they start reducing inflammation, they start having more energy, and overall have greater feeling of health. And in time, their health is improving. And we're able to substantiate that through all the different things that we test. So I think this is a great product for just about anybody to consume. I think that pretty much any condition that you have, specifically with the smart drinking or the smart mix, everyone should and could be consuming this for their life. It will absolutely change your health. Thank you.
Okay, we're back. So yeah, that's one of the company doctors. We're gonna watch a video in a moment here by.
We're converting fat.
So we're gonna watch a video here in a moment by a panel of doctors that got together and talked about this. The next video I want to watch, though, is on our weight management system. And again, towards the end, we'll talk about the Revolution Pack, which has a lot of the things from the weight management system in it. So that'll make more sense once we watch this video. But the weight management system is really interesting because a lot of people, especially the people that I talk to in Houston, a lot of them, and in Lafayette, a lot of them are already healthy. And they're like, well, I don't know about a cleanse because I don't want to lose any weight. What's a weight management system? One of my buddies, Lucian Fernandez, he got on this program, and in 30 days, he picked up 12 pounds. He added 12 pounds of lean muscle mass. He's a really skinny guy. He'd always been trying to gain weight, always had trouble gaining weight. And when he got on this system, he put on lean muscle mass. And so even if you're losing fat cells, you don't want to pay attention to the scale when you're on a program like this with the Moringa, because, and some of you that have toxic cleansed before on good products have heard this before, you know, muscle weighs more than fat. So when you're taking off fat and putting on lean muscle mass, your scale's not going to change a whole lot. So what you want to pay attention to is your tape measure, your jeans, your belt loop, you know, how you look naked, things that are more about shape than about weight, because you're going to be more dense. We're going to bring you into density with this program if you try it. Any questions on what he covered about it? That makes sense? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like the way he laid it out. That's why I picked that video. He basically had a different take on what I was saying, but he uses fancier words than me. Okay, so we're going to go into the weight management system. This doctor that's going to be sharing now is Dr. Joshua Plant. When I study a company to look at endorsing their products and joining forces with the company, I always look at their scientists and what are their scientists about, what's their background, what are they, you know, what have they been into. I could talk for an hour about this guy. He is amazing. You can search my name, Joseph Zenner, Z-E-N-N-E-R, and his name, Dr. Joshua Plant, on YouTube. Find an interview I did with him. It's amazing, some of the stuff he shares, what he has already introduced into the field of essential oils. And granted, right now he's about to talk about Moringa. But what this guy has changed in the field of essential oils is incredible. A lot of the other essential oil companies are going to be chasing this for a long time because of what he's come up with scientifically. He was needed in that space to kind of give the essential oil industry a little boost. get them start to think out of the box a little bit. But I really love this guy, so let's check him out right now.
I'm Dr. Joshua Plant, Director of Research and Development at Zenith International, and I want to take just a few moments here in Zenith's manufacturing site to talk to you about the importance of Zenith's products working synergistically with each other in what we call the Zenith weight management system. At Zenith, we understand that there's not one single avenue that prevents people from reaching their weight management goals. Those areas are: first, stress; 2, lack of activity; 3, buildup of toxins in our cells in our body; 4, eating too much; and 5, a lack of nutrition in our diets. With respect to the first one, stress, Zenith has formulated XMPM using natural botanicals that help alleviate the stress of day-to-day life, giving us the ability to fight those cravings that are induced by stress, and giving us the ability to live a healthy lifestyle. Second, lack of activity. We don't exercise nearly enough. In fact, we are spending roughly 80% of our awake hours in sedentary lifestyle. To help facilitate living an active lifestyle, Zenith has formulated 2 products, XMAM and Prime 90. The XMAM uses natural botanicals that help increase our exercise ability, our exercise endurance, and also our desire to exercise, giving us the ability to want to live that active lifestyle. This, coupled with Zenith's Prime 90, a meal replacement shake that helps build muscle after we get done exercising, together work amazingly to help us live that active lifestyle. 3, toxic buildup. Our cells are under amazing amount of stress due to the toxicity that they are exposed to day in and day out, both from the air we breathe and the food we eat. Zenith has formulated the premium tea that allows for a detoxifying level at both the cellular and system-wide level, allowing our cells to begin anew and to begin refreshed, allowing us to more actively reach our metabolic activity levels. 4, we eat too much. We are consuming roughly between 300 and 500 calories more a day than we did just 20 years ago. To help combat that, Zenith has formulated 2 products, the XM Burn and the Daily Tea. The XM Burn uses natural botanicals, newly discovered botanicals and compounds in those botanicals to facilitate an amazing amount of appetite suppressant coupled with increased metabolic output, allowing us to not only decrease our caloric intake, but to also increase our caloric output, delivering a powerful tool in helping individuals reach their ideal weight. The Daily Tea is a non-stimulant tea that can be taken throughout the day, either hot or cold, but helps curb our appetite by balancing the hormones that often are stimulated by external stimuli, such as advertisements and odors. 5th, the backbone of Zenith International, our nutritional products. Super Mix, Smart Mix, and XM Plus. These amazing products deliver an amazing amount of nutrition through the most nutritious botanical on earth, namely Moringa oleifera. Super Mix is our most Moringa dense product we have. Smart Mix delivers not only the nutrition from Moringa oleifera, but also prebiotics that help stimulate our metabolism, nourish our good flora, and give our body the immune support it needs. Finally, XM Plus, delivering not only nutrition, but energy, giving our body the energy it needs to carry throughout the day. What we see here is a collective system of products that work synergistically with each other to deliver the results people want. And that is the power of the Zenith weight management system. Once again, I'm Dr. Plant, Director of Research and Development at Zenith International.
All right, very cool. So I've been a toxic cleanse coach for 6 years now, since I gave up chemical engineering to kind of follow my passion. I've been with quite a few different companies. In fact, Jenny introduced me to toxic cleansing and was my coach when I dropped 40 pounds in 6 weeks. A lot of y'all that have watched the other classes have heard me tell that story, but this is the girl that helped me do it right here. Hey. So yeah, 40 pounds in 6 weeks is very fast. And I'm a huge believer in toxic cleansing now, always have been. I've always been, you know, keeping my eye on the newest toxic cleanses and whatnot. This program that I found here is my current favorite because it doesn't require willpower. That's a huge deal. like a lot of people that are really into cleansing can do amazing things with getting off of this and staying away from that and getting off of all carbs and sugar, which they say is harder to do than giving up heroin. I would never give up heroin, so I don't know how that would feel. No, but the bottom line is this doesn't require willpower, because what happens is the Moringa gives your cells what you've been needing, and your cells tell your brain, hey, I'm good. Like, I don't need a whole lot more food. Like, when you're eating, you're going to get full faster. You're going to have less hunger in between meals. You probably experienced some of that, right? So yeah, so it's an easy button cleanse. So it's going to literally change, for most people, it's going to change your cravings towards sugary things, carb things. It's going to change your level of hunger. And it doesn't do that chemically like some diet pills and such. It does that by giving the cells the nutrients and the minerals and all the things we talked about earlier that the cell's been needing, and the cell's like finally like, oh, okay, I'm going to stop telling you I'm hungry all the time. I've actually finally got what I've been asking you for, that you weren't listening to me. So it's very powerful in that way, because I'm from Louisiana, and the people here, no offense to them, because I absolutely love them, but they're not going to give up their beer. You know, they're not going to give up their gumbo, their etouffee, rice with every meal. So I needed something for half my clientele that's from this state, that they don't have to give up stuff. They don't have to have willpower. And with this, you know, Jenny just mentioned it tastes good. Like, I crave it when I wake up in the morning. I crave the taste of it. I crave the feeling that I get after I drink it. So it's not hard for me to remember to take it. People are like, well, you know, I don't know about this vitamin stuff. I always forget to take them. Yeah, that's because they don't make you feel amazing. You know, I mean, if whatever you're taking makes you feel amazing, you're going to remember to take it more than likely. Or if you forget, you're going to get to work and be like, I left my stuff at home or whatever. So at any rate, I think for the sake of time, I'm gonna show y'all the YouTube video and where you can find it on the doctor panel, but we're not gonna watch that doctor panel. And then I'm also gonna show y'all where you can find more information on YouTube on a video I've done on the Revolution Pack, but we're not gonna watch that either. But we are gonna watch now a video on the oils that a doctor did on the Mayo essential oils and why they're special, which is a short video, about 6 minutes. And then we'll come back, talk about the Revolution Pack, and wrap it up. How's that sound? Good. I like plan. Okay, so we're gonna go to screen share once more. And I'm gonna go this way and show y'all, this is where you can find the doctor testimonials. You can search Zija doctor testimonials. Make sure you get the one from 2014 is my favorite, but you can look at the other ones too. This is from their annual convention. We have one coming up in Utah at the end of September of this year, if you have interest in that. And then, because I have a big ego, you can just search, oh wait, I'm putting that wrong. You can search Zenner Revolution for the Revolution Pack video I did. So this is a 14-minute video on what we're gonna talk about later, because I'm gonna do it a lot more concise tonight, hopefully. I tend to ramble a little bit, but it's going to be more concise than 14 minutes. So if you want to know more about that, that's here. If you want to know about healthy sunscreens and bug sprays, that's there. Product creation is here. You can see all these videos we have. If you want to join my channel, please do. And for now, we're going to go into Dr. Brian Hawley, I think it's the way you pronounce that, talking about the Mayo essential oils.
Hi, everyone. Dr. Hawley here. I'm getting a lot of emails asking about the new Mayo essential oil brand that the Zija Corporation has now put out, because we do continuing education for massage therapy and chiropractors and medical doctors, and a lot of people know that we have massage therapy in our clinic, and we use a lot of essential oils, and we've been using a lot of the name brands out there. Recently, we've switched after a lot of diligence in research and a lot of interviews and talking with the people of the Mayo. We switched brands. We've been using exclusively a Mayo, and a lot of people are emailing me. They're asking, well, why? What are you seeing? What's going on? A couple of things that I found out with the Mayo is, number one, they're clinical grade and not therapeutic grade, and there is actually a big difference from clinical to therapeutic. One of the things that I did discover in looking at these with the essential oils is the clinical grade ones, they actually go by mass spectrometer, gas chromatography and mass spec, which in layman's terms, you have a bunch of, just say, lavender, and you take that and you put the sample of the lavender in the GC mass spec. and it analyzes it, and it tells what type of constituents are in that. Constituents is the atoms, the parts per million of the constituents. They'll show amplitudes and peaks on a graph, okay? In order to be clinical grade, they have to have so many parts per million, and they have to have so much amplitude on the peaks to qualify as clinical grade. Now, another thing that was unbeknownst to me was a lot of the companies don't do the GC mass spec prior to selling some of the products as lavender or frankincense or whatever have you may. The other thing that I found was that all the research, we know if you go on Google or pub.med and you look up frankincense or lavender, there's a lot of research done on these oils. And if you do third-party independent review literature, not company-sponsored literature, because I believe a lot of those can be biased, no matter what company you look for. A third-party independent review literature will actually take, and they will be doing the research on clinical grade oils, okay? And the clinical grade that they're using, they have a base template, what each peak is supposed to look like, and they have that template. So the problem with the consumers like you, me, and the other, the people out there is we don't have access, one, for those templates because we're not research scientists. Number two, if we were to get clinical grade, up until recently, they've been $300, $400, $500, $1,200 for a thing of pure clinical grade oil, okay? So we haven't had access to clinical grade oils. Mayo, the founder of some of these oils that's coming out with them, they have access to the templates. They know what a clinical grade lavender is supposed to look like on a GC mass spec. And what they do now is they match their lavender batches to that template. If it doesn't match, they reject it. They reject over 85% of the product brought in from the growers around the world because it's not 100% pure clinical grade when they run it through their mass spec. What I have found also is that they discovered, Dr. Joshua Plant, he's a PhD, head in the program. He did his dissertation at Harvard. It was on essential oils. He has discovered a way to get the clinical grade oils to actually be engulfed by the human cells. They actually absorb into the cells. And what they have done is they have actually photographed and video recorded this actually being done on live cells. So like some other brands out there, they can put a batch number on the bottom of the oil. You turn it up and look at the batch number. You can see where it was processed and how it was made. These guys are taking it a step further. You still see how it's made, where it came from, but you also see on the bottom of it the actual video recording of that bottle sample going into the human cell. What does that mean in the real world? What does it mean to us in the clinic profession? I understand scientifically, and because I have a background in biochemistry and science, I understand what that means from that point of view. And from that standpoint alone, if you're not aware of that, that's a huge benchmark. No one else can do that, or at least they're not. The Mayo is the only one out there that has that right to do that. Clinically, what does it mean? It means that these oils are highly absorbable. We've been getting some patients coming in, they've had some reactions by using them, and when I'm talking to them, it's because they're using the higher dosing levels from what they've been used to with the other oils they're used to over the past 10, 15 years. With the clinical grade, I've been having to down dose some of the levels because they're clinical grade, they're potent. So when we start downgrading them, we're getting some huge results I haven't seen before clinically, and not just me, but my massage therapists and the other ones that we teach and we share this with. It's a up-and-coming company that is really leading the profession in the oil industry, to be honest. They've set the benchmark for others to follow. And I gotta tell you, if you're ever looking into different brands of oils, or if you're looking to get into using oils, I urge you to take a look at the Mayo line, because they're gonna be the one in the future. They're the one to watch. They're the Google and Yahoo right now, today, what's gonna be in the future. So if you have any questions, a lot of you guys have my emails. Keep them coming. I'll try to answer them. And I'm excited about the oils. I'm traveling around in my local area, doing little speaking events, and I'm doing webinars. So I urge you to take a look at mayo.com. Take a look at these things. You'll be amazed. Hope that helps answer some of the questions, guys. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, welcome back. So, yeah, the Mayo oils are pretty powerful. And to summarize what he was saying, if you didn't quite get it, most essential oil companies, especially the ones you'll find in most health food stores, are just not very high quality. They're just not that great. And then you've got companies like doTERRA and Young Living, which have amazing oils, super pure. I would drink either of those companies' oils any day of the week. I worked with doTERRA for many years. I love both of those companies and probably will forever. But there is a difference between having a standard for purity only, which we could call therapeutic. That's pure. They're pure. I know their oils are pure. They have different methods of getting there. Young Living does it with seed to bottle, which I could argue is not as effective as growing things indigenously, but that's a different class. doTERRA and Mayo are both indigenous, meaning they get their oils from the region that those plants have been growing for thousands of years. Young Living used to do that and got away from that. I think that's kind of where their company took a wrong turn, but different discussion. But this company is the first company that I'm aware of, and I'm pretty certain the only company that goes above purity. I mean, of course, we have a purity standard too, but then we go above the purity standard and look at what the percentage constituents are. In other words, oil can fail, but it's completely pure. They didn't find any pesticides when they went looking. They didn't find any herbicides or fillers or chemicals or anything like that, but it still failed because the constituents weren't at the right percentages that they wanted based on what the clinical grade has been established for that specific oil. And this is based on clinical testing. This isn't, you know, something that the clinical grade is not based on a Mayo. That was already, you know, if you want to do a clinical study and you're a doctor, you have to come up with a clinical oil, and it has to be pure, and that's what he was saying. Those are like $300 or $400 for a little bottle. So it was not available to the public until now. And because we're doing it the way we're doing it, our prices are pretty about the same as doTERRA and Young Living. It's very, I mean, we're definitely not higher, kind of about the same. All three of those companies are very balanced price-wise. So real quick, I want to go into, Jenny, can you write this number down for me? 34256. So I just want to show y'all really quickly what he was talking about so you can go on your own. And I'm going to give you a batch number so that you can search on your own and find out more about this. Because right now, I am not going to, right now, let me hide this real quick. We'll get some of my secret codes. So we're going to go to mayo.com, and under mayo.com, we are going to see a Mayo difference, and I'm going to click there. And what is my number, Jenny?
34256.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to put that number in. This is from a lemon bottle. And so you can see this is every single batch is going to have its own batch number. And this is all the testing they did on this batch, not on all lemon that's ever passed. This is on that batch of oil. So you're going to see on the right there, cell active permeable, clinical grade standards, it passed. There's your GC he was talking about. You can click on that and expand it. They're taste testing for all these enes. They don't want certain components in there. And you can go through and see all this. I'm not going to go through every one of these. I can tell you coliform there on microbiology. That's another way of saying poop. From my engineering days, I remember that. And then, you know, you got your heavy metals there. They're just making sure nothing's in there. And this is one thing I wanted to show y'all, though. This is this batch. And again, this is new to the industry. No one's done this. This is this batch of oil showing that the oil goes inside this human cell. So I'm just going to let this run for a moment.
These are live human cells. Utilizing our patent-pending quality test, we are able to observe their exposure to this particular Mayo essential oil. The noticeable change in color confirms that the oil is entering the cells and becoming active inside of them. This shows that the Mayo essential oil is working at the subcellular level to support normal cell vitality and health.
Cool. So yeah, you can go in there and do your own research. And here, I'm going to back up one step and go back to the mayo.com main page. Did I do that yet? I didn't do that yet. Okay, fine. I'll do it this way. And I just want to show you to get to the new advances scientifically. If you are into that and you want to dork it out, you go to, let me walk you all through it, mayo.com, Media Center, Studio Z, and then you go down here to Mayo and click Mayo, and then bam. These are all three to 4 minute videos. They talk about our new super carriers. They talk about the AGX zones and science, which Dr. Plant has created. They talk about AGX, which is a Mayo gene expression, and that's a huge $1 million project that they worked with MIT on to come up with some scientific solutions. Up until now, it's been mostly intuitive blending, and I'm an intuitive blender, so I got no issue with intuitive blending. But it was time in the essential oil market for scientific blending, and you can still use intuition with it, but it was time for science to play a part in what oils we put together for different things. And so I'm not going to click on all these videos, but you know where they are now. You can find them at any time. So, okay, so we're going to go through the Revolution Pack really quickly. As I mentioned, there's more that you can find on the YouTube video, and there's another YouTube video you can find on if you could search Zija Revolution Pack. There's someone who did a more concise video, a couple that has a really nice video out there as well. So we're just going to talk about this really quickly. So first thing on your little mini cleanse with this pack, and by the way, this is the pack, 6 products, $25, about a 6 to 8 day cleanse depending on how you use the products. But first thing is nutrition. So this is Super Mix. This is just pure Moringa. It's got some mango in it. It's got a little stevia and just a touch of cane sugar to make it palatable. But it's basically our pure Moringa product. It's incredible. XM Plus. This is either or. You don't use both of these. This is your daily supplements, daily vitamins. The XM is extreme Moringa. The Plus is caffeine. So this has some natural caffeine in it. So if you aren't into caffeine, don't take this one. By the way, you get 4 of these in this pack. You get 2 of these. And then we have Hydrate. This is from our Ripsticks product line, which we didn't talk about tonight. We'll have a class on just Ripsticks soon. This is our 3rd product line. We've got Zija's, all the Moringa products, and Mayo's, all the essential oils. Ripsticks is our workout product line that I haven't personally done a class on Ripsticks yet. I don't have a lot of clients that are workout buffs, although tonight, as we're doing this class, Tremaine Dortch is competing on American Ninja Warrior and probably winning right now. And he's an amazing athlete that's on our products. He uses some of the Ripstick stuff. He also uses a lot of Moringa stuff. We got Evander Holyfield, the Miami Heat. I mean, we've got over 25 Olympic medalists on this, so it's not like we don't have athletes on it. But I personally deal with more yogis and people that are more into cleansing than they are into like buffing up in the gym. But this is Hydrate. All kids can take this. It's basically a healthy alternative to Gatorade. It's $1 a pack. It's great. You get 4 of these. And then we get into XM Burn. XM Burn is really powerful energy. It's got lots and lots of B vitamin energy, and it's got some other things. I wanted to read some of the things. Yeah, I mean, it's got all your different B vitamins. It's got 180 milligrams of natural caffeine. They tell you to take 2 of these. Most people I know, that would be too much. I take 1. But this is for working out or for metabolism boost. You don't want to take this if you're going to be sitting in a cubicle. It'll probably drive you crazy. Like, this is massive energy. This is burn, so this is going to jack up your metabolism, get you burning fat cells, get you into ketosis, which again, when you move into burning fat cells and not carbs, your body's not going to crave the carbs as much as it used to, right? Just basic toxic cleansing there. Get 8 of these guys. Daily tea and premium tea, you get 2 each of these. If you steep each of these tea bags for about 20 minutes, 6 cups of water, you can stretch that into 2 or 3 days off of 1 tea bag. You get 2 of each, you can stretch that into making a 6-day cleanse. On the premium tea, the daily tea is more about appetite suppression, mood enhancement. premium tea is your workhorse of the cleanse. That's your colon cleanser and other things. As you take it before sleep and your body cleanses in the morning, you're gonna have a moving experience. As they say, if you want to do it with 1 cup, which is how they kind of teach you to, I like to do more cups and steep it longer, but they say if you take 1 cup and steep it for 5 minutes, you will cleanse your colon. Steep it for 20 minutes, you will cleanse your soul. Like, it ain't no joke. This tea is legit. So if you have to take a flight in the morning, don't take the tea that night. And you shouldn't do it shouldn't do it every day. You should do this every other day to give your body a break. If you're really in a race to lose weight, you can do 2 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That would work too. This is for you for attending. Good job. I've got one for you as well.
Oh, thank you. Wow.
So the last product is gonna. Is what?
Scared.
Yeah, you should be just a little bit scared. But the beautiful thing about that tea is that you have a knob to turn. It's not like you're taking a pill and like, oh God, what's gonna happen? Like, if you're really scared, brew, steep it for 5 minutes instead of 20 minutes, do 6 cups and drink 1 cup. I mean, that would be really light. You probably might not even feel it, but you can take it up. The next day you can take 2 cups if that worked for you. And then the next day you can take the last of the 3 cups. So like, you have a knob to turn. For me, I generally set life to bring it. So like, and even when I work the next day, I promise you, I set it to bring it. And yeah, I may have to sneak out of work to go use the bathroom, but it's not like, oh my God. It's not like that, for me at least. Now, if you overdo it, yeah, it could be like that. But generally, people are gonna have 1 or 2 moving experiences the next morning, and then they're gonna be good. For the rest of the day, they're just gonna feel better. But like, Robin Jones, she said she hadn't slept as good as this in years when she took this. So it's not just about detoxing. Your body gets this amazing rejuvenating sleep while your body's detoxing. So that's cool. And then also in this pack is this oil. And remember, this whole pack is $25, including shipping. It's $80 in retail product. This oil alone is $35 value, and you're getting it in this pack. And this is called Trim and Tone. It's one of the Mayo essential oils. This one is our slimming blend. So this is our fat cell cleanser. It's also a metabolism boost. So this is going to give you energy. You can do it 5 drops 3 times a day. You can also rub this on directly to wherever areas you want to, if you got little things, areas you want to, like that. If you got little areas you want to trim down, you can rub it directly on whatever area. It'll work from the outside in, and it'll work from the inside out. And you can also add this to your hydrate, and it kind of tastes like a lemonade. Like, this kind of gives the sweet, and this gives the citrus, because this is mostly citrus with a little spearmint. So it's like a minty lemonade. When you're drinking oils, always drink in glassware. We don't put oils in plastic because, especially citrus, is very aggressive on the plastic. Plasware? Yeah.
That's a good one.
Plasware is, this is plasware, and then you got glassware, you see. Making up words tonight. So lemon, for example, is a really, really powerful petrochemical cleanser in your body. It'll help you cleanse petrochemicals, but you put it in a plastic glass, it's going to start to cleanse the glass. You don't want that, so keep it in glass. Get an old Gatorade bottle is my suggestion, especially if you're going to mix it with this, because you can shake it up, such like that. So I believe that's about it. If you have interest in the Revolution Pack, you can get with whoever shared you this video and ask them how to get a Revolution Pack. This promotion won't go on forever. I don't know when it's going to end because they haven't announced an ending date. But I would move fast if you want to get one. Get with the person that showed you this video, and they can help you. And if it's too late for that, ask them what the current promotion is. We always have some way to get products, for free. If you're spending a certain amount, you can always get some free stuff with it. And if you want to help us with the movement, the Moringa movement is a powerful movement. You can see all the doctors on board. You can search Zija Doctors and find lots of that. You can search Zija Olympics and find that on YouTube. Zija Athletes. You can search pretty much anything you want. You can search Ameo, which is AMEO, the essential oils. Find lots of video on that. There's a guy named Dr. Daniel Penuel, which is one of the leading essential oil experts out of France. He's been kind of a guru in the essential oil field forever, and a lot of the companies have been trying to get him to endorse. And he's been like, nah, for decades. And this is the first company he finally said, okay, finally somebody's doing it right. I'm going to put my name on this one. So he joined forces with us. We just got a lot of powerful doctors on board. Russ Bianchi is a really amazing guy. You can go to russbianchi.com. He helped formulate some of our products. He's behind most of the healthy nutritional bars you'll find, like Lar bars, Cliff bars. He's that guy. And I've had the pleasure of meeting him on the phone as well. So that's all I've got. I had a commitment to myself to keep it under an hour, and I did that. So personal high five for that. Thank you, ladies, for joining me. It's been a pleasure. And namaste, y'all. Appreciate it. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well if you want to catch more of this silliness in the future.